genuinely the best map you will find for team games in Age of Empires 4. We're in Gorge with some of the best you will see in the entirety of Age of Empires 4 too. Southside team, combined forces of Lucifron and his French in the yellow, and Marine Lord on the Chadley Atriary in the red. And to the north, this is a 25 out of 20 when it comes to aggression. Killjadi and Vortex on the same team. Ayyubid's in the hands of Killjadi and Vortex on the Roost. Two dominantly aggressive civs. And, you know, I love this as well. The Spanish bros in the retracted position playing Cav civs. This is the way you usually want to play Gorge, is the retracted player wants to be playing with a unit that moves faster so you can reinforce the fight quicker. The forward player, funnily enough, in this game, might not be the aggro party, they might be the boomer, because we've got Ayubids and HRE, two civs that are renowned for Russian castle. I just have a feeling in this game, it won't be quite as simple. One nice thing actually of playing the boomer on the front line here, I guess, is that you actually get the gold spawning close to you, right? I think that's procedurally like locked on the generation. You can see it for both players. They started closer to the gold than the back player. And the other cool thing is because the gold always spawns behind your TC, because in a 2v2 it has to be between the two, you know you're going to have a safe place to gather gold if you want to play greedy. This is cool. And really big shout out to, I forget their name again, Uncopia, for the UI they've created here. This is the new team UI. I love this thing. It's so good. We can even switch between income and people on. Funnily enough, you'd think that a team of developers who get paid to make UI changes for Observer would be able to do a better job, but we digress. Let's focus on the games. Just looking at the spawn as well, like, is there a lot of safe food here? Ooh, Marine Lord didn't get a deer shove in. He actually sniped the deer straight away, so it's going to be arc and drop on the tree line. It looks like it will just about clip into the berries, but those are forward spawn berries, so very difficult to actually access in this type of game. Lucifron should be going for the standard choice of the Chamber of Commerce. We're probably going to be seeing Desert Raider come out for Killjadi. It's just great against French Knights. And then Vortex should be just going for the standard kind of cav spam that the Roost love to do. So yeah, like this matchup, I want to say I kind of favor the Northside team, right? Camels are really, really good here, folks. They're incredible. They debuffed what Lucifron wants to keep spamming. Marine Lord is then going to have to give Men-at-Arms, which kind of just plays badly into Mass Knights, right? If both players on the North side build Knights, Marine Lord's front line is not going to hold. And he doesn't want to build Spears, because building Spears against these two civs feels terrible. Roost naturally could get into Archers anyway, and for the Ayyubids in Castle Age, getting Archers with Mamluk's Bravery, you love going up against Spears, because it means you're going to guarantee a lot of buff triggers on your Mamluk's Bravery that gives a 25% damage increase when you kill an enemy. Everything according to plan so far. Kremlin is going to be there to secure the gold. Love this from Vortex. In fact, the positioning should be great for starting on Lumber here, and then shifting across by connecting with Lumber camps to the back. He even has a really safe wallable area here that can protect food source as well as his tree lines. So overall, decent spawn. Other side of it, Lucifron has similar with the tree lines, but it doesn't matter as much for him. Like, he should be in a position where he's able to buff away Cav. Because when you're talking about the Roost versus French player on their own, French Knights will win. It really is that Ayyubid detail that matters. But in the early game, there shouldn't be many Desert Raiders around, right? Like one or two in the early phases. And usually it's difficult to have them in the right position. Vortex. Wonder what his bounty's at. Look at the numbers right now with the tech up coming through. What, like, I guess he's at, we had the hunting cab as well. He's probably like 290 at least. Maybe 310 actually. 380. Woo! Our boy's speeding. Did he get forestry or something as well? He's definitely got wheelbarrow. Numbers feel a little bit off. I feel like he should have a little bit more gold here. I guess that, okay, yeah, 26 gold hunting cabin and he built it straight away, right? So it kind of adds up. But this is the crazy thing, right? Like when you play against the Rus and Lucifron's tribe, it's just very difficult to contest these huntings because there's just so many around the map. So most of the time, when you're against Rus in team games, you just don't bother building more than one scout. We have got the pro scouts play coming in, by the way, from Lucifron. We've seen it before, we're going to see it again. So this is starting to look like a pro scouts into a Burgrave flood. I think the idea here is Lucifron's going to drop some of the deer off at the Archon, and then Marine Lord is going to rush castle into mass men-at-arms. Pretty smart idea here. You have to be fast about it as well. Like Killjadi, he's not teching up, the UI is just broken. But Killjadi will be teching up fairly quick after this, right? Yeah, apparently, despite the best efforts of the modders, this one's been a little bit hard to resolve. I've seen this bug before. The House of Wisdom is not being built eternally, and there isn't a tech up on the way right now. But judging by the numbers, it shouldn't be too far behind. Kind of greedy what Vortex is doing here, though. 2TC in this situation feels really risky. I guess you could argue that against the Burgrave spam, you're never going to hit your timing. But it kind of feels like you're throwing Killjadi to the wolves. And he's not going to have great tools to defend himself here, right? Like food source on the front line like this, I feel like you'll get denied quickly. He's got 15 sheep, but if this is a Burgrave play, he won't be able to use them. Dude, this is a scary game. And there it is. It is indeed going to be the Deer Sling. Woohoo! And Killjadi saw it as well. So he's got the bad news. The other bad news for him is because this map starts you central, it's really hard to kind of concave defend and push the opponent in their base, right? Like if this was Dry Arabia and they spawned in a corner, you can more naturally just patrol desert radius like this. But in this map, you have to patrol desert radius like this. There's a lot more ground to cover and a lot more opportunities for Lucifron to sneak out to get deer. Regnant's now on the way. So yeah. Wait, what? Really? So Marine Lord just wants relics instead. I guess in a way you're allowed this because Vortex did go 2TC. Burgrave probably makes a lot more sense if Vortex had been 1TC night spamming, because then you need a breakout and Regnant's you just won't get out, right? But I guess his thought process is he sees his opponent hasn't gone like full baboon, to put it in Marine Lord's own words. He's playing Eco. It means he doesn't have anything guarding the relics. That's really cool. I think if it wasn't for that, this would have 100% be a Burgrave type game. Just because you have all that deer slinging coming, right? But now they have a lot more scalability behind them. There's from a lot more deer coming home. A little bit of out of time on the scouts underneath the TC actually, so not completely optimal here. Vortex somehow still finding more wolves. I think that should be mostly everything though. Maybe there's a wolf or two left behind. But in fairness, 415 is pretty damn good. Tech up on the way. It looks like we have got the economic wing coming in as is standard. So Killjadi will have flight his eco. This is going to put pressure on Lucifron and Marine Lord to attack. M-Lord can try to play the eco game, but he needs to actually have some aggression leaning as well. I would expect him to be going towards Men-at-Arms here. Instead, though, it looks like M-Lord is going to go for the crossbow comp. So anticipating Camel Lancers, right? I think the difference here is Marine Lord, if he goes Men-at-Arms, he kind of has to attack with them or he gets kited. If he goes crossbows, he can actually punish Killjadi and Vortex for even trying to get into the base. So that's pretty smart. Vortex with the Puma play. Ooh. 10 away from that juicy extra gathering rate. It's not even the gathering rate is the big deal, by the way. It's the gold. Like, look at how that ramps. I feel like this doesn't get talked about enough. When you go from tier 2 bounty to tier 3, your hunting cabin gold generation goes wildly out of control, right? Instead of being a 15% increase like it is from level 1 to 2, it's a 40% increase. Oh, Desert Raider quite out of position. Balls have at least gone up, so that's going to delay Lucifron's rotation. A little bit of poke coming out. Ambitious farmed by Marine Lord on the front side of his base here, but he doesn't have much room behind this, right? Not at the moment until he starts deleting lumber camps. I believe the Prelate should be bringing the goodies home soon. In fact, as I say that, 2 already on the way home for M-Lord. I love this as well. Like, you just got the scout there to kind of body block if a night charge comes in, right? Delay things. That's how free crossbows can easily be at night. Because remember, that scout can also heal over time. Speaking of scouts, looks like the pro scout play has been caught out. Vortex trying to put an end to the shenanigans, but it's also because he's got the boar gathering over here. He needs to be in the area. If he's not, he's going to get caught out. The moss drop now coming in. I'm not sure there's going to be much left at this pacing, though. Because I feel like if you go moss this early, you just kind of weaken your own hand. You're putting a lot of pressure right now on Vortex to defend everything. Right? Defend and attack everything, right? Only 4 Camel Lancers. At this stage, I feel like crossbows and knights could easily clean that up. I'll have a relic being grabbed on the way home. 3rd and soon to be 4th, so already an insanely good game for the HRE. Nice. Pulls away. Wallow's going to come out. A little bit of a discombobulation here. Lucifron moved way too far away from the crossbows here. Wasn't protected. Prelate is going to try to run through. Looks like he's going to get target down. Knight's coming in with the charge just in time, though. Lucifron, perfectly timed reconnect there. Gets the Prelate past. The Marine Lord should be able to now walk this one home. Yeah, and this is getting sickening, guys. This is going to be a 5 relic Regnets game. This should be a 5 relic Regnets game. Oops. But it's okay, guys. I'm going to get a one law against it. No. I can't believe that Marine Lord. What a blunder. That relic should have been completely his. Now we're talking contested territory. In fact, the Dervish is already on the way over. Lucifron can't help him there because his knights need to contest the north side where Vortex is. Big eco lead has been built, but Marine Lord could very easily turn this into a tech switch now, into Imperial, if it feels like the pressure's mounting. Now, though, I have a feeling Marine Lord might be looking to lean into more aggressive tendencies. Yeah, especially considering Kildadi's base. Like, it's just very exposed in this game. Doesn't have much safe, right? That's kind of the weird thing when you get Camel Lancers like this. You can easily find yourself in situations where you can't dictate a fight. So you're going to need to dictate the raid, and you have to force that reaction. Looks like they have to react to this. Lucifron, backside. Whoopsie! Lucifron, a little bit slow on the reaction there. Villagers are going to get lost. Yeah, and they need return fire. I actually think... Oh my god, what?! Kildadi underneath the TC! Full garrison in, which means no safety for the rest of the villagers here. What a remarkable raid out of Kildadi. That was a heavy hitter right there. Definitely heavy losses for Lucifron. A problematic situation. Just look at the eco states. Marine Lord has also been suffering in this game. Only 31 villagers for the gym. Yeah, that's ugly, actually, to say out loud. That's insane. Both players on the other side just a mile ahead. Now Tech Up on the way for Vortex. He's going to beat Lucifron to the punchline. Hyde Trade House coming in the corner. And remember, folks, Vortex is just on the edge, the verge of having tier 3 bounty. This will give it to him. I'm getting a bit worried. Marine Lord almost looks like he's getting ready to macro up. As the front-facing player, that's going to leave you very vulnerable. He does at least have 4 relics, but that's going to be the end of his power, right? Other side of this, more relics are now being pulled home towards Kildadi. Tech Up completes. Lucifron does have the Night League. This is very important now. He needs to find a fight before Vortex gets the upgrade. Instead, it looks like he's going to go for his own. Lucy, Royal Institute now on the way. If he gets the Royal Bloodlines timing right, he could win a fight for them. Because the logic here is that although your damage gets reduced by the camels, your health doesn't, right? So you're a more effective front line for the crossbows. So needs to be careful because Kildadi is coming in hard with the Archer switch. And also these choke points make it very easy to play into Manjaniques. Oh my god, Marine Lord is going for it. The greedy boy. The double Tech Up from the West Side team. Well, just trying to prep that other outpost, right? Needs to have some stone. This could easily be a cannon placement if he fixes that. Now it's going to be idle time. Militia with the dive in. You might as well, right? They've got 15 seconds left. They run away. They're not doing anything anyway. More ball being gathered. So Vortex well and truly into the tier 3 bounty now. Get your numbers in for that high trade house, by the way. It should be close to ticking. Yeah, this is another thing that I think makes Roos really good in 1v1s, but also even more so in 2v2s and beyond. You can wall yourself in, and it's much harder to breach, right? Remember, these have double the health of standard palisades. They cost the same. I just keep looking at this game and feeling like, was this not too greedy from Marine Lord and Lucifron? 204. Not bad. I think it might still have a rotation to make before it upgrades the number, but it looks like a solid 204. So to put it another way, that is 2.5 relics from your high trade house. Then you add in the hunting cabins that are, if they're near a tree line, give me 35 each. This one's only 18, but still, it's a lot of gold trickle for Vortex. In a situation where he already has a dominant eco lead, 71. Closest person is actually his teammate, 57. Six Sights also locked in. Another raid. Kiljadi always finding this backstab here. Oh my god, and Lucifron. He doesn't even pull the villagers away for the garrison. They end up shivving out there. Misreaction coming in from the Spaniard. We talked about this, right? This is the not 11 out of 10 aggression. This is more like the 22 out of 20. This is the 28 out of 20, actually, in my opinion. Vortex and Kiljadi, two of the most aggressive names in Age of Empires 4. Teaming up like this is difficult to hold back. Imagining, and Rams now being built up. Spasskaya Tower on the way from Vortex. This is wild. Is it maybe a bit too greedy, though? More defensive placement now. Brute Force coming in. Lucifron. He has got the real bloodlines now. He's big, he's strong, and he's looking to swing. Archmaster on the backside. Kiljadi not going to be able to survive that. The timing might be right. Spasskaya Tower being built up under their very nose. And Kiljadi cannot keep them back. This is going to be a fail keep. Crossbows peel off. Marine Lord sees it. He chases in, and Vortex will be denied his keep placement for the second time this game. With no standing army behind this. 8 and 13. The all-in military aggro will be the dictator. Spasskaya for the third time. But for the third time, a fail here. Vortex can build no keep, build no castle, and Kiljadi wants no part of it anymore. GG gets called. Marine Lord and Lucifron with the succinct all-in timing there to block the failure to play late game to come.